Right, Idris, we are leaving it there for the moment, but of course coming back to you for further updates as we continue to monitor the latest coming in from on the ground. Let's also just take a step back and remind our viewers about what the last few hours have looked like. And for that, handing it over to my colleague Heme Corsorio.
Right, Molly, thank you so much. Let's just get you up to speed with all that's transpired so far. Day after tourists were targeted by terrorists in Pahalgam's Baisaran Valley in India's Jammu and Kashmir, hectic developments from both New Delhi and Srinagar. To review the security situation in the country and probe the worst terror attack in recent times that left 27 people dead. Early in the morning, Prime Minister Narendra Modi landed in New Delhi, cutting short his two-day visit to Saudi Arabia. Now, Prime Minister Modi is soon expected to chair a meeting of Cabinet Committee on Security as well. Upon his arrival in Delhi, NSA Ajit Doval and External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar briefed Prime Minister about the situation on ground. In Srinagar, Union Home Minister Amit Shah also paid tribute to the terror attack victims, as bodies of 25 people killed in Pahalgam were brought to the police control room in Srinagar. He also met with family members of the victims, expressed his condolences. This after he was briefed by the army officials about the situation in Jammu and Kashmir. Amit Shah then visited the terror attack site in Baisaran Valley. Ahead of his visit, the Indian Army personnel also arrived at the site to review the situation there. Moments later, security agencies released sketches of 3 terrorists who were involved in the attack. This is a massive search operation is now underway to hunt the terrorists. And investigation agency NIA has taken over this probe into the terror attack. A team of the investigating agency arrived in Baisaran Valley. Army and Navy chiefs, as I mentioned earlier, briefed Defence Minister Rajnath Singh as well about the security situation. Earlier, Jammu and Kashmir police had launched emergency help desk for tourists as well. In Jammu, several parts of the region observed a complete shutdown, also witnessed protests to this terror attack in Pahalgam. A shutdown was observed in Riyasi, Udhampur, Katra, Kathua and Samba areas also. Meanwhile, an alert has been sounded off in New Delhi after the terror attack. Alongside, security has been heightened at religious sites in Uttar Pradesh. Mumbai too is on high alert and security has been beefed up in metro cities across India. That's all that's transpired so far. Of course, developments will keep pouring in through the course of the day. For now, it's back to you, Molly.
Thanks for that, Heme. And as we continue to monitor the latest developments, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's plane avoided Pakistan airspace as he flew back from Jeddah to New Delhi. This, of course, following that terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam that killed 27 Indian and foreign tourists on Tuesday. In fact, Prime Minister Modi's plane flew over Pakistan airspace on way to Saudi Arabia's Jeddah on Tuesday. However, on its way back, it flew through a direct route over the Arabian Sea before crossing the Indian peninsula, entering via Gujarat and then flying north back into Delhi. And this route avoided Pakistani airspace. The Indian Prime Minister landed at the Pahalgam Air Force Base in Delhi early morning after he cut short his Saudi trip. He immediately held a meeting with the External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and the National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. This as he took stock of the situation following the terror attack in Pahalgam. This rerouting signifies India's security agencies are aware of the threat emerging from Pakistan at this time and for the safety of the Prime Minister and the delegation on board. Or is this the opening move in a future standoff with Islamabad? And our Assistant Editor, Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibal, getting us this report on that. Take a look.
It is now reported that the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi did not use the Pakistani airspace while traveling from Jeddah to New Delhi yesterday night. Now, essentially, the situation developing after the terror attack in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. This is one of the worst terror attacks in the Union Territory, and it looks like there are linkages with Pakistan, given that how Pakistan has been supporting cross-border terrorism in the Union Territory and also in India. In fact, we know that the last major terror attack was in Pulwama in 2019, and thereafter both countries had closed their airspaces, which meant that not only VVIP movement but also civilian planes from the two countries did not use the airspace. This was relaxed later on, but it looks like the fact that the Indian Prime Minister hasn't used the Pakistani airspace while coming from Saudi Arabia to India is reflective of the developing situation and, of course, the concerns here in New Delhi. Siddhant Sibal for WION in New Delhi.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.